opportunity, dear sister, is too much to resist. But one day we'll have to pay for it. Believe me, she said, one day we'll pay. What? Let me finish this line. One day we'll pay. Hi guys, and welcome to a new episode on this channel. Today we'll be talking about Roll Thunder, Hear My Cry! Alright, for all these terms, I say these are aggressive and all that stuff. But for now, I guess pretty cool for now. But I highly regret that. Now today, and my following 12-part series of the previous ones, they were all literally about this book, Roll Thunder, Hear My Cry. But now I'm gonna combine all of them into one video. And I'm trying to put it under 10 minutes, alright? So yeah, I already wasted about like 1 minute already talking about the intro. So yeah, let's get into the book right now. Now, Roll Thunder, Hear My Cry was written by Mildred D. Taylor. By the way, here's a picture in the book about Mildred D. Taylor. Here she is. And she's black. And the main character of the story is black, so yeah. And it says here in the bonus part, it says that Mildred D. Taylor used her own stories that her father and parents and literally any relative she could find told her about. And some of the characters were done. And when she first tried to write about Roll Thunder, Hear My Cry, she tried to put it in Big Ma's perspective. But then she decided to get a little bit twisty with all the time and stuff about time and all that stuff, and decided to go on with, this is the Big Ma, and this is Cassie Logan. Cassie Logan. Now, Cassie Logan was said to be the perspective of this because she was once a girl and she viewed the world like this. And she also put in her own experiences too. There was already a thing about this, of Roll Thunder, in the beginning of the Roll Thunder, that trees were already chopped down. And that would happen in the Song of the Trees, which was in a book. In the first book of the Logan saga. Then finally, Roll Thunder, Hear My Cry was published, and then it reminded us of those Song of the Trees. Now, why Song of the Trees for that book? Well, it's because, trees were chopped down, and that's the little climax for it. And then Stacy was able to stop it. Like, stop cutting these trees! And like, madly chased there, I guess, but I really need to read that book. Now, Roll Thunder, Hear My Cry just literally talks a lot about racism. And let me go through a short summary for the story in 1 minute. Okay, starting right now. First of all, TJ was pretty cool and all that stuff, and Cassie just goes on and she says about everything, and then the little man comes on, and then they go on to school, and then they have a little bug, and then they get revenge on the bus who keeps on doing them and accidentally makes a whole lake in the road, and finally she goes, and then they meet Papa, and the Papa has to go back, Papa comes back, and Papa goes back, Papa comes back, and times infinity, and then finally Uncle Hammer comes in his red Packard, and then blah blah blah, all that stuff, skip that part, not that important. And then the annual revival begins. TJ is very stupid, and he makes friends with the white people, and they're like, "Hey, let's get that handed pistol gun for you." And they're like, "All right, good." But it was closed, and like, okay, I should go right now. No. And then they go in, and they're like, "Black niggers are stealing my place," and they run away as disguised as black niggers. TJ gets the blame, gets handcuffed, and goes away, and then TJ was never in Cassie Logan's life ever again. I call for TJ and for the land. Phew, that was about 1 minute, and let's just go on with it. There's a quick summary if you ask me, and it's about 1 minute and 5 seconds if you ask me. Roll Thunder, Hear My Cry. Now that's the quick summary. Now if you want to watch it, try to slow-mo it. If you're watching this on YouTube, well, good luck. As I said earlier, Roll Thunder, Hear My Cry, it teaches us about racism, and it can give whites a perspective in a black way. Now, Mildred D. Taylor, it has nothing to do. Now, I heard that some people can distinguish some people by how their names, like in The Kill a Mockingbird, the author Harper Lee was said to be a Korean because her name had Lee in it. Lee is a pretty popular Korean name, so yeah. And Mildred D. Taylor, she is American by her way, but nobody can distinguish if she's white or black. White can accidentally mistaken her for white and read the book and learn about the the perspective of a black child and what he had done if he was racist and all that stuff. And racism still exists today. And now, if you watch this video called Alex Clark, who made Racism Explained with Cake, that is a pretty cool way to, that is a pretty sweet, cakey way to explain racism. Go check that out. Racism Explained with Cake. That is a pretty cool video. And it's pretty just 5 minutes, so just go watch it now. And everything here, I just want to say, and now, if I say that I was Cassie or any of these characters in this book, I would do everything in a less violent way. Don't interact with the world. Well, not that much. Less than interact with the world less than with how the Logans did. And that would probably be the best idea. But TJ, I don't know. TJ would just go away, and I would have just helped him home as fast as I could, but with a little suspicion. And if he does do anything suspicious, that's my fault. So yeah. First of all, I would give extra protection on him and let him stay there, even if he says no. And then second of all, he's, draft, so I say let him go home, but tomorrow. And I will know about that Granger thing and the wall thing, so stay home. And that would probably lead to trouble, and TJ's gonna get kicked out of the house. That'll be an extra mouth for the Logans to feed. Blick. Now, that's how I want to end this report, but I have a question to you guys. Answer them in the comments below, or send me vice versa by email. Now, the question is, what would you have done for the Logans instead of what the Logans did for themselves? If you are any of the characters in this book, any of the Logan characters in this book, what would you have done for the Logans? Write your answers in the comments below, or put them in my email, 20jur@naver.com. And I'll see you in the next episode. Shinhan out. Peace!